guys, so today I'm going to be talking about how to convince your parents to free roam your rabbit in your bedroom. This video is a collab with Valeries Animals, and she did how to convince your parents to keep your rabbit in your bedroom. I used to have the rabbits free roam he's so cute, in my bedroom, well, Wally, and till I bonded them, and now they're in this X-pen that is about 40 square feet. So I'm going to be talking about what it was like in my experience when I did free roam Wally. So yeah, let's get started. The first thing you want to do when you're trying to convince your parents is research why rabbits are better off free ranging, like the benefits and the pros and cons of having them free roam. And then you also want to research on how to free roam them, what you need for bunny proofing and the flooring and everything like that. YouTubers I've known had the rabbits free roam either in their bedroom or in their house. This video is about in your bedroom, but same kind of thing since you're sharing a living space as in your house. So Lennon the bunny has her rabbit Lennon free roam in her house. I know some people don't like to watch her because she can be very one-sided, but she does have a lot of good videos on how to bunny proof and benefits of free roaming and stuff. She does it more about the whole house, but like I said, still sharing a living space. And then I know Victoria Rachel does mainly hamster videos, but she did free roam her rabbits Lila and Cleo in her bedroom in her old house, so she does have some really cool videos on how to bunny proof and free roam and stuff like that. Now you're going to want to ask yourself a couple of questions to know whether your rabbit can free roam and you and in your bedroom can have them free roam. So the first thing you want to ask yourself is your rabbit litter box trained? If your rabbit is not litter box trained, they cannot be in your room because they'll make mess everywhere, and that's just not clean, especially in your bedroom. And so you want to see if you want to make sure they're litter box trained. That'll especially help you convince your parents, because parents are always worried about whether it's clean for you, and you don't want it to smell. The next thing you want to ask yourself is your bedroom safe? So you want to have no cords lying around because they can chew that, get electrocuted, and you can't, you don't want to have small crevices they can go in and get stuck, and other things other than cords that they can chew and it's not safe. So that's a big thing. Some rooms are probably not safe for free roaming when others are. Mine's pretty fine for free roaming because it just depends on your rabbit, really. And then you also want to ask yourself if your rabbit is destructive, because then you need to do a ton more bunny proofing, and it might not even not be possible if they chew everything they can get their hands on. I, as you probably know, live in a log house, so it's really hard for me and stuff. So they chew the baseboards. Wally used to chew the baseboards underneath my bed, and that was really bad, so I couldn't free roam him anymore, basically. Also, I don't know if you can see, but there's the plastic grids beyond the wall of this part of the cage, because Winter does chew the baseboards through the bars. So she's a rabbit that would probably not be able to be free roam because of how destructive she is. Also, some rabbits are destructive on rugs. Like this they can't chew, which is a good rug for rabbits, but then the rug that I'm sitting on, I'll put a clip of right now, is not possible because Wally ripped it up. So I can also put a clip of that. Another thing, you could also use these foam puzzle mats, but it's dangerous if your rabbit chews those, and some are prone to chewing that. And the next two things you want to ask yourself are very important, and is how strong is your bond between you and your rabbit? If your rabbit lives outside and stuff, and you bring it inside and want to free roam it, rabbits shouldn't live outside. That might not be good because your rabbit's not used to that, and you are not used to that. If you want to free roam, you have to make sure your bond with your rabbit is strong, and you're treating them like a dog rather than a rabbit. Same with your parents. How do your parents feel about your rabbit? Do your parents feel like your rabbit should be outside, or not have to be outside, but in the basement, anywhere not in your living space? Then it's going to be harder to convince them. And if your parents feel like your rabbit's a dog, or more like a dog than a rabbit, then you might have an easier time. Now that you've asked yourself all those questions and stuff, you want to worry about what you're going to need a bunny proof and how you're going to do it. So some rabbits like to chew baseboards, furniture, and cords, others don't. So for cords, you're going to need to get cord protectors, and for baseboards and furniture, you can get this like rim that's plastic. Some that might work for some rabbits and it might not for others. You could also put tape on it, like packing tape, and so they don't like to chew it. That might work, and that might not work. I tried that with Wally when he was chewing the baseboards, and he just pulled the tape right off. So that didn't work for Wally. You also want to worry about your flooring. You can't have like wooden flooring because they'll slip and they won't be like comfortable on that. Also not good for their hocks. But you also can't have rugs that have pullable fibers because they can rip it up. The best kind of flooring is this like flat kind of mats or puzzle mats if your rabbit does not like to chew them. Another thing that's a big issue is your bed. Wally, one of the main reasons he wasn't able to continue being free roam is because he likes to go on my bed and poo and pee and mark it as his. They really like beds, and that's not good because that's where you sleep at night. They can't be on there with you. So you might need to block off your bed, or the best option would probably be a loft bed if you want to free roam your rabbit in your bedroom. Now that that's all done, with your parents' permission, you're going to want to try it out for a couple of hours. So you want to take your rabbit out of their pen and let them be in your room. Set it up like you would set it up if they were there the whole time, and let them be in there for a couple of hours a day and show your parents and yourself how they're acting. What are they inclined to chew? What do they like to do? Like jump on things. Do they like your bed? Can they jump on your bed? Most of them can, unless it's really high. But you want to observe that while you're having them free roam for part of the day when you are supervising them. Once you've done all this, you want to have talk with your parents and go over the pros and cons with them, what you've learned in your research, and you want to tell them how you feel yourself about it since it is your bedroom. And you want to go over how much money it's going to cost. Sometimes it will cost more money, sometimes it will cost less. You want to go over the cleanliness, who's going to clean it, stuff like that. They do make a lot of mess in a bigger space. I mean, at least Wally and Winter do. I just clean their space and they pet poo everywhere. So it's, for them, free roaming is kind of hard, like I've said before. So you have to go talk over that with them and see what they think. Some tips if they say no. You don't want to beg and you don't want to keep bringing it up constantly because that's very annoying to them. And also you want to give it time. And in that time when you're letting them think about it, you have to be responsible with cleaning their current area and showing and continue that thing where you do it in the day. And eventually, if that's working out fine, I don't see a problem, but it depends. So if they said yes, or you're going to start free roaming soon, I'm just going to tell you some tips of what I've learned through the months I've free roamed, and hope these help. The first tip is, I've said this many times, do not use a rug with pullable fibers because they rip it up and it's not safe for them to ingest. Also, you spend money on that rug. It's kind of annoying to have to buy a new one. Another thing is, I said this also, rabbits love beds. They love to mark it as theirs. They want it as theirs, not yours. So it's a good idea to have a loft bed or gate around your bed. Another tip is to have a larger litter box like the one I have back there. That is a under the bed storage container that I got from Target for about $15. And a larger litter box means it contains more of their mess. So when they jump out of the box, more is going to stay in the litter box, and it keeps your room cleaner. You're also going to want to have a baby gate for the front of your door, or you can have something like this there. And another helpful thing, like I said before, is having one of these X pens. So you might need to block off a part of your room or your bed, and these are just really helpful. You can get them for less than $30 on Amazon or Chewy or anything like that. Another thing you want is cord protectors for if your rabbit likes to chew cords, or rabbits like to chew cords. You're going to need to protect them so you don't have to buy new cords and it's not dangerous for your rabbit. Another helpful thing that this works for some rabbits and some think it's tasty, some think it's gross, is this bitter apple spray. You can make some, or you could also buy it. I don't own it. I was gonna buy it, but then we stopped free roaming before I could. And you can spray it on things that they like to chew, and it doesn't taste nice to them, so they don't like to chew it anymore. Some rabbits like this, like I said before, and some don't. So be careful about it, and don't spray it into everything when you first get it, because then they're going to want to chew everything. And lastly, you're going to want to have extra money saved up in case they destroy anything in your room, like your baseboards, for example, your cords, your rug, any of that. It's very helpful to have more money saved up because you're going to want to fix that, and you can't, and it costs money. Winter, she just loafed. So now that I went over everything on how to convince your parents to continue to free roam if they're not wanting you to, or start to free roam and stuff like that, I just wanted to tell you that not all rabbits can be free roam. I've said this a lot, but it's very important. You can't just get a rabbit and say, you know what, I'm going to free roam it in my bedroom. It really depends on that rabbit. Like Winter, we didn't even try once to free roam with her because she chews on every single thing she can get her hands on, and it's not possible to block that. Wally, on the other hand, was pretty fine doing free roaming for a long time, about a couple months. He was totally fine being free roamed until he started ripping up the rug and jumping on my bed and peeing on my bed and stuff like that. So Wally could continue to be free roam, but I would have to make a couple of changes, and also I have a quite large room, so I would have to make a couple of changes, and that wouldn't be too fun. But he's a rabbit that can be free roam with like time, I guess. She's not. So your rabbit might be able to be free roam, or your rabbit not. You might not. So that's definitely something to think about before you go convincing your parents and all this. I hope this was helpful to any of you who would like to free roam your rabbit or would like to not free roam your rabbit. If you know anybody who is having this problem, just share this video with them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!